This is The Temporary Mistress by Elizabeth Griffin, narrated by Hugh Bradley. Chapter 8. "Where have you been? I was worried," demanded Felicia Davis as she jumped up from the cluttered couch. A chemistry workbook and a discarded calculator were occupying the spaces next to the 20-something-year-old college student. Grilling words hit Marla's ears as she opened the door to a narrow 3-story house. The younger cousin surveyed Marla as she entered the room. The two women were close in age and the best of friends. Their mothers were also close cousins. "Don't you know how to use a phone? It's 5 o'clock in the morning. What have you been doing all this time?" Marla smiled. How was she supposed to answer that question? She surely couldn't tell the truth, nor did she want to. Beau was her little secret. He was her erotic, delightful surprise. No one needed to know what they'd done, or rather, what he'd taught her body to do, in a matter of minutes. Marla felt her lower anatomy respond to thoughts of the black-haired doctor and his amazing hands. I got held up at the club." "You've been there all this time?" challenged the petite woman with pistachio-brown skin and slightly slanted eyes. She was a younger, prettier version of her own mother. Felicia wasn't buying any of what was being dished out and bluntly asked, "Do you have a man that I don't know about?" She asked the question while inspecting Marla's appearance. "Why's your hair so messy? And what is wrong with your clothes? That vest looks like it was buttoned by a 2-year-old. Marla glanced down at her clothing. She hadn't been paying attention when she tried straightening the outfit. She knew her clothes were wrinkled, but she'd missed the vest. "No, I don't have a man. You know that," said Marla. She tossed her house keys back into the open handbag she held. "When would I have time?" "Now," blurted out Felicia with a sassy attitude. "Very funny. It was not meant to be a joke." Then she spoke in a knowing voice. "You need to take a bath. I can smell you from across the room." "What? Really?" responded Marla to the unexpected complaint. She was horrified. "Mm-hmm," announced Felicia triumphantly. "I knew you were out with a man. I don't smell you, but I can see it in your face." "That was a tacky, dirty trick." "I know, but it worked. I got you to admit it." Marla rolled her eyes, but said nothing. "Don't get mad, cousin. I don't mind you doing you, but call me next time. The streets are dangerous. Somebody's always shooting up something. I hate worrying about you." "I'm sorry. I will call if it happens again. But I'm mad at you," said Marla. "Fair enough." The young student accepted the concession as she grabbed her textbook and headed for the basement door. "I'm going to crash down below. I have an 8 o'clock class. Can't be late. I'm still trying to adjust to returning to school after so long. I also need something clean to wear," she announced before disappearing from Marla's sight. "You know where my closet is. Help yourself. Just don't forget to return what you take." "I'll try," said Felicia, but she knew the outfit she borrowed would soon be hanging permanently in her own closet, next to the other clothes she'd taken from the wardrobe of her generous cousin. "I mean it, Felicia," yelled Marla, as she headed up the wooden stairs leading to the bathroom. She was surprised that Beau hadn't drained all of her energy with his aggressive mouth and talented fingers. She desperately needed a bath. She longed to soak in a hot tub of water. Instantly, images of raspberries and sticky syrup invaded the comedian's head. Marla smiled and shook her head fondly. No, no, no. She was not traveling down that mental road again. She needed to think about something other than the man from the street corner. As Marla climbed the steps, she wondered how Neil and Maxwell had spent their evening. She'd made their favorite meal, spaghetti and meatballs, before leaving for work. She'd also taken them to the neighborhood park. Her sons loved to run and jump. Their little legs never seemed to tire of racing down city blocks or leaping from cement steps. They were two continuously moving balls of energy. Thank God for health insurance, she smiled, and prescription coverage. Marla realized how blessed she was. She had two amazing little men who filled her life with happiness. About the author. Elizabeth Griffin is an ambitious indie author who wants to fill the world with her stories. She is currently working with Smashwords and Findaway Voices to create a catalog of exciting audiobooks that will entertain listeners for hours. She is a mother of 4 who currently lives in the historic city of Philadelphia, PA.